Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Welcome in, Storman. Hope you're doing well. I hear something sad? Not really. Oh, yeah, I heard of that. Yeah. Incompetency at the highest levels. So, leave it at that. Yep. Anyway, final stream. Final stream. I don't know why I say final stream like I'll never stream again. More or less, it's the final stream for the week, probably. Yep, dum-dums. Because as I mentioned, tomorrow I need to pack and do everything because I'm leaving to see family, and I'm flying back on Monday the 29th. So theoretically, I'll stream Monday the 29th. Probably. We'll see. I do want to finish the card stuff, but I feel like that's going to be a lot of work. So honestly, I might not only stream on Monday 29th, I might do extra, like, longer streams, like Tuesday. There are stuff that I still need to do, but I think I need to get a bunch of tax stuff. But I think it's actually going to be simpler for me to grab than I thought, which means I'll have more time, which is good. So that means maybe next week we'll do a little bit longer streams and like more streams. We'll see. I don't know what the plans are for me and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in terms of streaming. Maybe I'll just stream the entire thing. The entire time. I don't know. Maybe I'll stream till New Year's. I don't know. New Year's at my time. I don't know. But that would be like super late. I think nobody would be watching at that point, and I'd be so tired. So probably not. We'll see. We'll see. Figure that out. I did record Sunday's video today, and I've scheduled it. So it's Sunday's video is already scheduled. If you're a YouTube member, you could technically already watch it because all YouTube members just always get access to stuff as soon as it's uploaded, and then it goes to public on its scheduled time. This is the earliest I've ever scheduled something for anything, so that's why it is usually never this early. He got done setting up a dash and bash system. Sounds awesome. You hold B to dash or left shift, and if you're running / dashing, it allows you to break objects in the world that can break. Cool. I'm imagining Sonic. I'm imagining Sonic at this point. I just want you to know. Because I'm like, what runs and breaks things? Yeah, Sonic runs and breaks things, yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Dash and bash sounds kind of neat. Yeah, has a nice ring to it. Does have a nice ring to it. If anything, you can make a full game off of that as a title. Because I think if dash and bash, or maybe bash and dash, depending on how you want to do it, depending on what you're doing in the game, could be a good title. Because dash and bash means you're dashing and you're breaking things, but bash and dash, it means you broke something and you're getting the hell out. You know, you're still doing bashing and dashing in both, but the reason you're dashing is a little different. Scrolling, run around the attacks. You don't even need attacks. Just make it dashing. Shall we get into Unreal? Yesterday, we were working on this. Reworking the cards. And I really like this hover selection. This is broken, but a couple of things. One, I really like this change. Two, yesterday we were thinking about removing these two cards and having just one big card here on the right. And that will be the preview card, if you will. Which is like whatever card you have selected, that is what it displays. Which could be nice. And then, so that way, excuse me, that way, you don't have to necessarily be able to read these. Like, even if this was smaller, you'd still have the full-size one, so you could still read all the stuff when you hover over anything. And then, on top of that, I was thinking, okay, remove this version of the cards. Not this version, sorry, this look of cards. It would be like these. It will be a little skinnier. It will just have the full art image, and maybe the title. So they'll take up less room, but it will mean that you see more of them, and then you'll still see the full preview, which means the hover thing will not be a thing anymore. So that's what I'm thinking. It's a full rework of this entire visual language, if you call it that. But I think it's nice changes. Why is that tiny? Why is this tiny? Oh, it's because I'm told. Okay, I know why it's tiny. It's using the this font. Shouldn't be. The main thing that I'm going to need to figure out, though, is we'll start by making it 6 wide, which means I need to change how the controller functionality works. But I need to figure out, how do I get always the selected card? I need to just know what card is selected, so that way I can set this at all times. You like the animation you made for Pikachu? If you run into an object or wall, he headbutts it. Nice. Shakes his head and gets up and idle again. Nice. Should make it playing card dimensions. And you can show the top only until hovered. Then the whole card will pop. So these are slightly taller than playing card dimensions. Playing card dimensions are 1.4 high. And honestly, I might make it 1.4 high, because right now they're 1.5 high, and there's nothing stopping me from making it 1.4, because originally I was gonna have a square image here, which is why there's so much room here. But I can make it 1.4, which is playing card. We'll see. That might not be a terrible idea, because it'll also allow us to fit more vertically, where you see the start of the third row more easily. You'll see it still with this, but it would be it'll be nicer. So let's start with killing the right 2 here. I think that's where we start. I do plan to print them, so maybe not be the worst thing to make them the same dimensions. Plus, then, you know what? That would be even better, because then... that would be even better, because that would allow me to have... for people just use the same card sleeves for that they already have. Oh, that's a good point. You know what? I was thinking about it, but I was like, it's fine. But now I think a bit more. Let's make it card sized. MTG card aspect ratio. It's 1.4, I believe. Probably 5. Okay, it's 2.5 inch by 3.5 inch. So if I make this inches, this doesn't help me. 2.5. Yeah, so I need to make this 3.5, which would be the right aspect. So this is the right aspect ratio, which is funny because it basically has made it wider, right? Ooh, why does it still? Why still the same resolution? Recent. So if I did Control Alt C, we did inches. 2.5 by 3.5. Resize. And then we change this to pixels. 1000 by 1400. Okay, so that's the size we need. 1000 by 1400. So now we can just say unlock this, make this 1400. Wrong one. I guess, yeah, 1.4. I don't know why you need to do the math on that. So it's funny, so it says 5 to 7, but that seems like 1 to 1.4. I guess 1. That is right. Because 3.5 divided by 2.5? Yeah, 1.4. You missed like a minute due to buffer. You're sure it was your internet though? Because you couldn't open another tab? Oof. You're doing all technical? You just imported a Pokemon card in Photoshop and cut the shape with your magic cut? Now I want to know the dimensions because I need to adjust accordingly. So now, right, because this is vector. So I just put this here, this here. And we can move this up. I also have this guy. This is also my reference, which seems about right. Let's move you down, and let's actually make this a little bit taller. I think I want it to be a little bit taller, more room there. Make it a little bit higher text. So this is the size that it would be. This would be here. Maybe. Oh, this would need to be probably a little bit smaller. Now let's put it like this. That's okay. Is it already rounded the outside border? Yeah. Yep. And I can control this is 8 pixels or 8 points, or whatever it's called. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we'll change our values. We'll see how it looks. It will help something, so. Nothing selected. Export. It's not deck builder. What was it? Cards. Redesign, full size. This is the regular overlay. No, this is the combined. Yeah, combined description. Then we want to do the split description. Oh, oops. I need to not have this on. Also, excuse all the pings. Can I turn off it auto opening? Show and explore. Turn that off. Yes. And now I want to do just this polygon. And this then only does the polygon, which is awesome. This is like something which, I mean, I don't really need to modify this, but I did change the size of it, so let's do that. We can adjust it after. Should bevel that rarity indicator. This guy? What do you mean? It's already slightly rounded. This is the rarity indicator. Unless you don't mean that and you talk about something else. Yeah, let's go ahead, re-import everything. It's still going to be stretched now. So now what we need to do is, because I don't remember the ratio that I used. So we have 230 divided by, well, I guess it's 23.23, right? Because it's 1,000.23. So we did 1,400 times 0.23. 322, which means this is 324. And now I need to double check that this stuff all still lines up. Surprisingly, I got it pretty good. Just need to adjust it a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, honestly, that one's fine. Yeah. Oh, let me fit the image. The image size is now the wrong aspect, which is okay. It's fine. It's the background image is now going to be a little bit. All of these are going to be a little bit squished. I think we'll survive for this version. Technically, they're all a little bit squished now. Bevel and emboss? Oh, that one. No, I have never liked bevel and emboss, like the visual of it. Yeah, personally, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I've never liked it. This needs to be figured out also. So I need to figure out how to store the main card. Okay, first let's go again, get rid of these two. And then we need to update the navigation accordingly. So first of all, I need to know how many columns wide it is globally. So I'm gonna rename this to column local. Then I can add a new global one. No, I don't need to rename this to columns local. Column width. Because I just need to have it for the check. This is all fine, because this is all fine, but here, this comparison is where we just set the value. So if I set it to be 6, that is now the check. So that way, in the custom navigation section, wherever I was doing 8, so let's write here the 8, right? We just use the column width, so we can dynamically change that. You have to keep it disabled as well. It does take up extra space for the depth. Yeah. I still like how it looks. Cool. So now we have it 6 wide, but we need aligned to the left. Sort of. Well, we need to... we'll keep it aligned as is. Once we add the other one, then we do it. Okay. So... how do we get the currently selected thing? So I guess the currently selected one will be whatever's in focus. So in the deck builder here, right? We can get the focus. Or you get the focus based off of... Okay, I guess before I do that, let's just create the widget that it needs to exist, and let's set up the formatting. It'll be easier because then we can preview it, and yeah. So let's go ahead and go to the deck builder. Common user widget. This is going to be a large card preview. And this is just going to have a card. I don't even need that. I don't even need this large card preview. I just put it in here directly. Wrap with a horizontal box. This will fill. Fill. So I need to make this like that, but I need to scale it. So I can wrap this with scale box or size box. I mean, that's too much. So we can do... What's the height that we're working with here? Also, that is wrong. What's going on with the card? Ah, because of this. There we go. So now we need to make it a little bit bigger. Why is this changing the width? Why isn't it changing? Oh, it's because I'm not changing the... Right. That's what we want. Do you use anything to keep track of your progress or like a to-do list? Yeah, I have some things. Like I have a spreadsheet where I keep some stuff, but I haven't been using it for a while. Just because there's so much to do, and I can see all the things I need to do, and I just go by feel. What do I want to work on right now? I just work on that. So it doesn't fit. Yeah, I need to be not as one. Oh boy. Do I have to make these a little bit smaller? Put the back. Put this as make a background for that. Should be a preview mode. If you use this quick, easy online task calls listmos, opens the same list each time you go there. You put major bugs and features you want to add in there, then check it off later. Nice. Yeah, I don't have that. I don't need it. So for me, I'm perfectly content. Wrap, overlay, why? Yep. And then here I need to just add a image background.
Darkness falls across the stream. The ads rise, pausing to protect humanity.
Now it's better. It probably shouldn't be dark actually, because the frame of these is dark. You know how to get an FX to trail behind you? By spawning it in place as it moves. But I'm not an aggro guy, so I couldn't tell you like which node to put in. I know how it should work and what needs to be done, but I don't know the nodes. Or whatever the hell they're called in aggro. Just a straight line? That means that you have to redesign how it works from the ground up. That's not a just let me have it. You need to spawn little sprites versus having an animated sprite, which is completely a redesign of the entire thing. So you can't just like make it one versus the other. Make this brighter. And here, I'll actually make this brighter as well. I think just a different color or something. The brighter, yes, is fits better, but I don't like it. Maybe just a little brighter though for this one. That was a saying like gas effects? No, because you have an animation on a single sprite that moves probably, which is like what I have for my dash. It's just a single sprite animation. If you want it to stay in place, you need to not use this animation, and you need to instead have a separate thing that you're spawning as like when you create it. And it needs to not have any movement at all. It needs to just stay there. It's like a whole redesign. It's a completely different setup. Different sprites, different emitter, different everything. Alnagar could follow the player in the world, and Cascade was stuck local. No, you can do whatever you want. There's no all or nothing with Niagara. You can do whatever you want. And it all depends on what you want. It was designed to have one single sprite with that animation, as one sprite with that animation. If it's done for multiple, then it's done through multiple. It's its own thing. Maybe I just need to make this thing on the right smaller, but then I would have room top and bottom. See, it would have fit perfectly if it was the vertical, the aspect ratio we had before. But now in this wider aspect ratio, it doesn't fit 6 wide. And I don't want to make it any closer. I think this closeness is nice. So... think about this. How narrow does it need to be to that? Around there. I think around there is where it's about right. Then we have this, right? We have all this space. So I can either shrink these or raise these. Does it fit 3 tall here? Like, well, no, even if I no, I don't want to raise them because I want to see the next row. I guess we make it smaller. Yes, we make them smaller because I feel like it's better to have this. And then maybe I just have a little bit of more padding around otherwise. Keep that as is. I need to skill box. So this is actually 2x here. I make them smaller. Do I make them smaller? I'm not sure. I feel like that preview is too big, so I kind of like this. The slightly like actually, what does the preview look like? Like if it's this size? When it's when it's smaller on screen, then it's fine. I think relative to the full screen, what's the size of it? Quite a bit of the screen. It's 27%. I feel like it's too big. Screen. Okay, well, in that case, shit. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to have it be like this. Excuse me. It is better this size. Okay. We might change the spacing here. I might push it up. We'll see. So let's pretend this is the one. So this thing needs to be a variable. This is the large preview. Hey, it's Gronuck. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How many kanji are you up to now? And I mean, I don't know. I don't count. And did you learn? I assume you mean hiragana and katakana already? Yeah, I learned that a long time ago. Like a year ago, I think. You gotta be able to read. Writing is, less important depending on what you're learning it for, but I can't write, but reading is kind of important if you want to learn. Cop. So when it goes to, let's say, the collection and does this, I get the child here. And we do select card on BPI cards. Oh, hold on. When we do select card, it does all this. What we can then do is also N2 level? You're funny. I'm N5. N2 is like you're already above just speaking it casually to people. N3 is when you're like you can have a conversation with people. I'm not even nearly anywhere near. Hey Ranger, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. How much do we have to pay to keep live stream going with no vacation? 10K? 20? I think it has to be in the 5-digit range. Hey, Mikael, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. When you say you didn't know how many you learned, you thought it was because of so many? No, just because I literally just don't know. I don't count them. Oh. It's not like, oh no, I can't have no. So no, I literally just don't know. Thought you were talking about those giant creatures like Godzilla, kaiju. What you talking about? One free haircut is the best you can do. I just got a haircut like a week ago. Too late now. We need to set large card preview. And it needs to get the card info. Oh, kanji. Kanji is the just the Japanese characters. Or yes, the Chinese characters in Japanese. You're living into UE since 11 years. You work since 10.5 and you keep discovering nodes. Yeah, there's a lot to Unreal Engine, for sure. You'll create one free door opening and closing blueprint. No interact, trigger box only, best offer you can make. Unfortunately, I don't need doors in my game, so I'll have to pass, but thank you for the offer. Yeah, I don't need doors in my game, exactly. It was a good try. It was the most useless blueprint you could think of. Now, there's more useless blueprints. A more useless blueprint would be a blueprint that on tick just does a regular print string of hello. So you create an actor on tick to print the word hello. That is a more useless blueprint. They're exposing a lot of functions from C++, slowly making Blueprint more complete. I mean, Blueprint's been complete for a long time already. I have not run into a single thing that I need C++ for, still. So. The only Japanese he knows, Ichi ni sango, which is 5835. No, it's not. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 5. Why is it 1? Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 5. Why? Ichi ni san. Fix up that so the print string is a category, so you could only see one of them in the screen. Then it's not so horrible. I don't know. You don't need to make it less horrible. Did you saw asterisk asterisk asterisk? Yes, I saw asterisk asterisk asterisk. Create 500 blueprints that will use on tick to crash the game. I mean, that is not a useless blueprint, and that's useful if you want to crash the game. Had to resolve the C++ many times, but I guess it depends on what you have to do. I'm making a single player game. I've not needed it a single time. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, wait. You in here. In here. You needs to get the deck builder reference. Get large card preview. Set card info. Goes a URL? Yeah, you can't post URLs. I mean, I'm good. I don't need to see bad blueprints. Thanks for the offer, I guess. If you want to crash a game, what you need to do is zoom in and out really fast to ramp up those draw calls. I don't think that's how that works. Not at all. Draw calls will not change. There we go. Ta-da! It was that easy, actually. Here, I'll move myself. Doesn't work here yet. But... Ta-da! Large card preview. I don't like this. I don't like this gap. I don't like this gap. Problem is, like, if I remove the gap, then I would have only 2 rows, and then the deck would be, like, taking up so much room. So I guess I have to be okay with that much room being taken up. double tick by using on tick to call an event by timer. If you try to call a timer multiple times, it will just reset the timer. It won't trigger the timer multiple times. You'll just, every time you call the timer, it will reset the timer. Fun fact. You know what I need to do? I need to... I'm gonna hate myself for wanting to do this now. I hate myself for wanting to do this now, but hold on. If this... Affinity needs to really take the freaking Photoshop thing where you press Control N, it just looks at your like clipboard and just takes that resolution to make a new file. That was the best feature. I don't care about these page sizes. Just like, just hate him. Hate him. Okay, so what I'm now thinking is... Oh, actually, no. Is... Instead of having this stuff here... Let me just... Take that. Take that. This is gonna be a double wide because it's like this. Take that. Then what we do is you. So we'd have this like higher, potentially. Well, I guess I would need to have it separate. So you know what? Let's do. You. Okay, so this is higher. This search is smaller. Then we can have sorting, or like it here. This one? That's nothing. Oh yeah, yeah. Wait, where's the? This thing. I need this. You have this like down here. Move this up. I could do something like this. I don't like this spot for it, but that would allow me to have more cards here. This is a bad spot for it. Hey, you guys, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. It just uses the last one you had it set at. Well, Photoshop does? Yeah, Photoshop does. Yeah. And that's one of the best things about Photoshop. You're team hunting with friends? You'll come back later to complain about the summer. Took 3 showers today already. Oof. That sounds like it's way too hot. That sounds like stay inside with air conditioning and weather temperature. Right, we can have. How do we do this? I like the search here. I think search here stays just a little bit smaller, basically. This can stay. Let me just do one of these. I can even move it up, right? Higher. But where do I put this? Where do I put this? I don't want to put it there. I feel like this up here is better. Maybe this right below it, and then the sorting here. You have no AC? Oh dear God. How do you, is that legal? It gets so hot in where you are. How do you not have AC? You bought one thingy that circulated cool air? Well, circulating and cool air are not the same. Circulating air doesn't cool it, it just moves it, which does feel nicer, but it's not the same. It'll arrive on the 27th. I mean, it's definitely better than nothing. For sure. I believe that's called basically a fan. Oh, but ice in front of a fan? That's what you do when you don't have AC where you are? I mean, water helps, right? Water on the skin will make it feel colder, but it's still not colder. And then you're just wet. And that just doesn't feel good either. Cold water. I've had those things. It's, and then you have to keep putting cold air in it, and then it gets so humid. And no, thank you.
AD alert, wee woo, pausing.
So something like this. As a new layout. Obviously, these would be smaller as well. Just make a big block of ice in the freezer in a bowl and set it in front of the fan. Why just go inside the freezer? At that point, just go inside the freezer. It'll be colder. I mean, you're gonna go through the trouble of getting a big block of ice and trying to get it that cold where it won't immediately melt. I mean, just instead of bringing the ice to you, you go to the ice. Usually in other countries, they don't have big refrigerators like we do. No, I don't have a freezer big enough to fit me. Most people don't have a freezer big enough. When there's a will, there's a way, though. Where there's a will, there's a way. Send a picture. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking was. Yeah, I had a small one. Like, it was better than nothing, but it did not make me feel cool at all. Like an air conditioner does. You have smaller refrigerators in Canada? There's always something smaller somewhere. Smaller is easy to get. So let me also do these. So these will be more like this, I think. Be more like this. I don't like this spot. I don't like this. I think this is fine. This is fine. I just don't. I want to put this somewhere else. Do I just put it on top? Do I just do that? It's not bad. You meant not they carry small refrigerators? You meant are the typical size of refrigerators in Canada smaller than here in the US? I have no idea. I don't know what the average refrigerator size is anywhere. You probably Google it, but I have no idea. I don't know if what I have is average, above average, below average. I have no idea. I have no point of reference except this one apartment I've ever lived in. And this one refrigerator I've ever had. So I have no point of reference. I've definitely had smaller refrigerators, but that doesn't mean anything. It would be worse by having this lower. So I think we go something like this as our design. It's a lot cleaner. You see a big preview of whatever you have selected. We get rid of the top bar and we make it this. Really what I will do is just reformat that top bar to just include this card and move the stuff to keep the functionality. Yeah. Still, I'm not thrilled about this. Not thrilled. Like, I think if I had it to the side, it would be better. But I don't have anything to put on the other side. So that middle is better because of that. This will have the two sets of cards. The starting cards and the regular deck will just show up here. Okay, let's do that. I think that's what we're doing. And a screenshot of this. And smack it onto the Galadraw. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. I'm changing everything again. But every time it gets better and better. Have a good one, Skronek. Thanks, Tom. Bye. Merry Christmas. Okay, let's go back here. this is all working, but it'll be easy to set it up again. So what we need to do then is go back to the deck builder. Let's edit this. And here we need to set it to be desired size. And how do you make it custom? We want it to be the size of this thing, which is 475. Uh, 75. And then we, for the height, we want it to be what is the height of this thing? 280. So the height would be 1920 or 1080 minus 280 is 900. Okay. So let's just full screen that. Then what are you? You're a size box with nothing in it. Why do you exist? Or your scale box with nothing in it. Why do you exist? Okay. Then we have the sorting buttons. The sorting buttons we need to go a little bit down. So right, put those there. And then the drop down here needs to be, oh, that means we also need to change the size of the drop down. Oh, fun. I'm breaking all the things, all the things, all the things. So 475. Then this is the search box. What are you? What are you and why can I not edit anything? What? What? Oh, I clicked the lock button on it, apparently. Don't know why. So we can make this center aligned. Okay. And then we need to add in the card. I should probably just make this all in a vertical box. No. Scale box, user specified. That, that's not like my little test of things lining up. Why do things really not line up anymore? Oh god. Yeah, I'm very much breaking things. If I just add a new one here. So this is, why is this not as tall? It's because he doesn't have, you know what? I just wrap this with a size box. Size box. Okay, we need to 475 by 900. That's not right. Did I get this wrong? This is 280. Oh, it's 1080, not 1180. I don't know why my math was very wrong. This is 800, which fits better. Not great still, but better. But that means that I can now take this and drop it a little bit down. And then in here, can I... It's already set to center. So you're filled center. And you're all filled center. It's because we have padding, right? Padding is on this. So when it's collapsed, it should theoretically be fine. Hey Thomas, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Use GitHub or P4 or something for backups? No. I used to use Git, but no longer. I use Diversion. Hello, Express. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Question: can you create a game like Delta Force or PUBG? And if so, how much would it cost? Well, yeah, you can create games like that because they've been made. And how much would it cost? I'm not sure. Look up how much those games cost. I don't think, maybe I'm not understanding the question. Yes, you can make games like that. How much do they cost? Look up the cost of those games. I don't know. I have no clue how much they cost. I'll be honest. Something like this. Why is this not actually centered? Why does this come outside of this? Why is this not being centered? Phil? No? Like... If I keep them both on fill, I guess it's fine with 0 padding. Yes, I still don't fully comprehend the freaking fill stuff. So if I did both on auto, I think I want both of them on auto, and then I want this thing to be center. Okay, and then this needs to be padding on the left a little bit. But when I do that, it sticks out. Why does the padding break it? Right now it's fine, but the padding breaks it. But it padding right, then it's fine. But it's overlapping here. But what? Do I... Okay, what if I wrap these with an overlay box? And, oh god, and this overlay box I set to center. Why is this now doing what it's doing? Well, what? Phil. Oh, because this needs to be in here. Okay. Back here. Okay, I think I got it. I had an extra horizontal box instead of doing it all in one. So now... Okay. There we go. You want to buy such a game, a template and Unreal Engine with all the complete functions? How much money do you want for something like that? How much do I want for something like that? I mean, I don't know. I couldn't make something like that. I don't play those kind of games, so I wouldn't know the first thing about it. But no one's going to make you a template for something like that because a template is just making the game. And it's a question, how much of the game do you want made before you make the game? That's basically what you're asking. That depends. I don't know what you want. Because you can already make the entire game with any of the templates that already exist, but there's not much to it, right? There's already a first-person template. So I'm not sure. So really you're asking, how much would it cost to play a game? Or to make a game, right? Because that's all you're doing at that point. You're making the game. I don't know what Delta Force. I don't play shooters. I know PUBG is a battle royale, but that's pretty much all I know about that. It's first-person shooter. So you just look up how much it costs to make the game, and you know how much it is. Yeah. So this vertical box, Yeah, kill the large scale preview. And what if we put the search box now inside of the size box? Oh, not the starting cards. Here. Okay. But the only difference is the size box needs to be. Wait, why is it doing that again? Aha. Okay. Okay. This needs to be a card. I mean a variable. Large preview. And then we need to get the search bar, and then get the large cards preview, and then we set it. Works. It all works. I still don't like this. This I still don't like. This surprisingly still lines up. I don't know how, but if you can create such a template for you, all functionalities, how much money would I want? I can't make. I told you, I don't play those kind of games. I don't. I couldn't make one because I don't know what template for that would be. There's already a first-person shooter template. So at that point, the question is, what functionality are you trying to make? And then you have to figure out how much does it cost someone to make that functionality for a game. It's no longer a template. It's just, you need to now make the game. Because there's already a first-person shooter template in Unreal. So anything on top of that is now making the game. I think I want to raise this a little bit off the bottom. Let's do that. Let's move it up a little bit, like 10. It's fine. Which means we need to move this up a bit as well. And this. I think if this was more, I think if I had more, you know, maybe down the line I'll add more sorting options and then it will be better. Because maybe the problem that I'm really having is that there's 3 here. If I had 5, I think it wouldn't look so bad. Really, I think it's just the fact that, yeah, with 5, like, it doesn't look nearly as bad, right? So maybe it's the problem is just that there's 3. Either way, I think this is better. This is better. You know, it's The only thing that now bothers me is the fact that these, all these pictures right on the right, well, I guess on this as well, they're all squashed. And now I can't see them unsquashed because I know they're squashed. Like I could go through all of them and crop them, but I feel like that'd be a waste of time. I might do that over the break if I have like a few minutes. I don't know if Affinity has like the auto thing. If Affinity has the automation thing, then theoretically I could just bulk them, but I don't know if it does. Okay. But. Hey, Manga Rookie, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You don't need Affinity for that? I mean, no, you can do it in freaking photo and paint if you wanted to. But I just wanted an automated way of doing it. There are tools like ImageGik that work with CLI. I don't know what CLI is, or ImageGik. ImageGik, I assume, is a software. I don't know what CLI is, but I'll take your word for it. GPT, I would not do with GPT. ChatGPT can't do bulk image editing for free. That's for sure. Why would I throw it into an AI either when I have a perfectly free image software? Nah, that seems unnecessary. That seems overkill. If they would even work, because then you'd run into issues. I don't know. Sounds like a headache.
The ads strike without warning. But I strike first. Timeline. Frozen.
I think the next thing we work on is the deck cards and make them narrower. I guess I would need to export out not you, not the thumbnail one. I need to open up I have it open, but just make one without the descriptions and just have the title. You bought some templates, but they don't have all the functionalities. I've never bought a template, so I don't know. I don't know anything about buying templates or what goes into a quote-unquote template. I'm just familiar with the templates that come with Unreal, and that's it. Image Magic is an image editing app. We'll already have it. This is also an image editing app that I already just have. Works with Command, which is a command line interface. And GPT is pretty good with creating necessary scripts, things like that. Like cropping images. That seems like way overkill compared to just like a bulk image thing. Here, just look up real quick. For example, does Affinity V3 have a bulk image editor? Or I guess macro. Macros. Yeah, you can do that. Affinity has the iteration of including photo, blah, blah, blah. Fully supports macros to automate tasks. Yeah, so just do the same thing as you would in Photoshop. You don't need any extra programs or anything. Okay, so I need this basically, right? Let's give the title and have full-size image. Because there's no point of having the text on the smaller one. So let's do that. So this is going to be no descriptions overlay. Deck card. Okay, let's break this thing now. First of all, menu anchor is going to go away, which is going to make a lot of things here unhappy. But yes, we're killing the menu anchor because it's not going to do the pop-up anymore. Which means this whole thing is going to go bye-bye, which is it's going to complain about a lot of things. It's going to complain about a lot of things. Like this whole thing now is not needed, which would make probably it unhappy about even more things. Where is the... I need this here. Oh, card selected on self. Oh boy. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I just broke all sorts of things, I'm sure. It's fine. Okay, outline is gonna go away. This is what? This is just the empty button, which is fine. Title can stay. You go away. Go away. Background goes away. Oh, the plus sign. No, that can stay. That can stay because that's gonna be needed for the other thing. The card image stays. Retainer box we no longer need for it though. And then the size box for this is, well, it is 1000 by 1400, right? And then we need to make it fit inside of 280. So so 280 divided by, well, let's make it like 250 realistically. 250 divided by 1400. Let's do 0.175. And then the scale here should be user specified 1.0. I don't even need the scale. I shouldn't need the scale. It's going to be replaced with child. Yes, it's gonna complain about that as well. Okay, great. I'm breaking. Oh, there's so many things that just got broken. So many things are broken. That's fine. Yep. 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 I break everything. This plus sign. No, it's a font. Yeah, that's fine. It could be like 100. I just need it to be in the center. There we go. And then we have the card image, and then we need on top of that is going to be the card frame, I guess we'll call it. So this one dark random box. No, if I recall, it was like 44. We can check by making this one a random box. No, that's way too much. 20? 10? Okay, so it was like pretty much what I was thinking of originally, which was like 13. 12 or 13, I believe, is what I had it before. So let's make this 12. Okay. This is just going to go back to image. And now here is where we need to plug in this guy. Okay, so card image now needs to shrink a little. Should be okay. I need it to be in the center, and padding 5 is probably fine. Okay. Okay, that's looking nicer. Couple things. Where's the text? Where's the title? Title is a little bit in the wrong spot. Just a tad. It's using transforms, isn't it? I used transforms on the other title. I bet I did that here as well. Yep. Don't know why, but I did. So here, let's make this can I just honestly go to the card? Let's take a look at just what I have for the title here. Title. Okay, so I'm using bold 11. Bold 11. Black, and then we could do something like this. No, that should be okay. We just need it to be narrower. So okay. There we go. And it works here. So all of these, no matter which one I'm now hovering, works. Excellent. I need to get the outline working. Also, I need to figure out what to do about this freaking outline. What I need to do is call for it to stop selecting when I select another. Now that we have that, now that we know which one is being added to, we should be able to figure out which one it's not, or was a selected one before. How do we do that? We know which one is hovering because we just sent the information. How do we know what was previously hovering? Because the only information we send is of the card. I could... have I animated with Blender before? I mean, technically, yes. But, I mean, animated is a strong word. But technically, I was in the animation tab, and I've modified something, yes. Split an object around with animation. I mean, one keyframe, rotate, second keyframe, done. Trying to think, is there any way? Because right now, right, we only get the card info. I could try doing like a find, but I don't think a find would be good. What I could do is send the reference to itself along with it. And then if it's valid, then cool. And if it's not, then we'll just add a... Well, then I would need to do this for whether it's a card or a deck card, which are different. I don't like that. Have a good night, Thomas. So what's happening, right, is it's selecting the card right away because that's like for controller support. That's what it's focusing on. So I'm gonna get selected, but if I'm keyboard and mouse and I'm not actually having it selected. So what I need to do is not do that if it's keyboard and mouse, really. But what's causing that is just the hover. Basically, it just hovers over the first one. So that is happening just from unhovered. If I detach this, then the outline goes away, right? But then nothing gets outlined. So really, it's just Common UI is basically just triggering unhovered, but it doesn't get triggered on unhovered because it's controller. So, what do we do? Hey, Spawns, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You say common UI is great, but the one I use this much of it, and this much of it is giving me issues. I only cared about one little tiny thing, is the only reason I grabbed it and used it, but it just, so many issues have come because of it. Like I've had to use freaking command line stuff, and run commands just to disable and enable parts of the common UI for it not to ruin things for me. So, grade is extreme. It's light. But how do we stop this from doing what it's doing? When it gets focused, it gets hovered because freaking common UI. I guess I could try doing like a find or like a contains, but then I would still need to find the widget then that has the information, and that just get a pain in the butt of like searching through all of them. I could store the exact card, but then I would need to store both the deck cards and the regular cards, which is two different blueprint widgets. So I don't like that, because if you go between the two, then it just becomes a headache. I could, though, store just a widget. Use a common widget base class, and using an interface tell it to unselect, and then it would do the next thing. So let's try that. Card widget. Get self. Self. Okay. And then here we add a new function and just oh, we already have a deselect card. Already have a deselect card, so perfect. Which means that here we should be able to theoretically do we would need to store this as a value first. So we would need to store this. Selected card. So before we store it, we check if it's valid, because the first time it probably won't be. And if it is, oh yeah, I don't need to check if it's valid because I'm using a blueprint interface. because it's a message, it just won't do anything if it's not valid. We'll do this, and then it will store the next one. And then next, oh, and then here it's not, I don't want to do this. I want to do it on the current selected card. That's what I want to do. So currently select a card, deselect it, and then save the new one. Let's see if this works. So the first time you open it, it'll still select that first slot, which is great because that means something is selected and the right side is populated. But then after I select any other one, it deselects that card. Yes. Excellent. Obviously, it still deselects it when I stop hovering it. But good. Okay, next, let's go back to the deck card. Let's add the outline that we did on the other as well. So this needs to be wrapped with a overlay. And then I just come here. And I'm gonna copy this, hopefully. So this is 175, so it's 177 to 47. 177 to 47? What was it? Yes. You haven't used Common UI much yet? Your project still uses just widgets? I mean, I don't use Common UI for much except freaking focus and helping with like mouse keyboard stuff. That's really all I use it for. But there has so much functionality kind of built in and just fighting against you that, my God, there was so much I had to work around and figure out. And there's no information about any of it. So, good luck! I mean, I'm not using, like, there's tutorials on how to set up this whole complicated system for controller input and all that. I don't use any of it, and I have controller support. So, and the way I'm doing it is relatively simple too, so. I don't have it detecting which controller it is, but I can't figure out anywhere where it tells you how to tell which controller it is anyway, so I think it's fine. Okay, let's go and here. Selection visibility, I'll just copy that. Paste it in, and it's called the same thing, so this should just work. So this needs to be true. And then on leave, do I not have on unhovered? Now I do. I guess actually this doesn't need to. Let's check this doesn't need to happen. And look at that little outline. I feel like maybe it needs a little bit more love in the corner there. Yeah, that seems a little better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and now we can change the spacing between them because this is obviously way too spaced out. So, what do I have it at? Let's try 8. Let's just put it at 8 and see how it is. Probably could go closer. I think I have it like 5, honestly. What do I have it at? Yep, 5. We'll do the same spacing here. And all the base deck now all fits, which I kind of appreciate. I'll be honest. The fact that the whole base deck now fits in here is kind of nice. Probably need to adjust the how it fits in. Maybe add a thicker bar on top to separate these out. But
game halted so Twitch can keep the lights on and the layoffs coming.
But good start so far. So we'll just adjust that and it'll be a lot better. I don't remember even where I put that darker bar. Oh, I'll find it. Maybe in the collection. Yeah, it's in the collection. Bottom of the collection is where it is instead of the deck. I'll probably move this to the deck builder instead. Give all the room to the collection. I hope I can finish all this before the end of the year. Hopefully. Okay, this needs to go in here. But this is aligned to the top. And maybe like 5. And then this whole thing to be lower, maybe even like here. Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna increase the spacing between them just to see the scroll bar, so you can preview with the scroll bar. Or actually, what I can do is scroll box. Always show scroll box. Okay. A little bit higher. Hmm? Oh, it's not. It's moving the scroll box up. Whoopsie. This needs to be you. There we go. That seems better. I almost could make this even thicker and move him down a little bit more now. And definitely move him a little closer to the edge on the left. So let's do 10. 10. Left padding, we'll make it 10 instead of 15. That is better. Do I move it just a little tiny bit up? Like 1 or 2 pixels? Maybe? Sounds like 1, yeah, honestly like 1 or 2, and then it should be fine. Should I change the color of... I should change the color of the scroll bars to make it thematic. I go to scroll box. Where's the color in options? Thickness, padding, orientation. Well, it has to be a color option. Style. Bar style. Horizontal. Is this it? Oh, there's this horizontal top slot image. Horizontal background image? No. Horizontal bottom slot image? I don't know what these slots are. There's just a horizontal bar. Oh, is it even changing anything? I made it 1. No, that didn't change anything. Why did that not change anything? What did I just change the value of? Why are these all open now? Because if I made this 100, it's not going to be any thicker, right? No, the bar is still exactly the same. You guys can't see it, but it's right there. Okay, so this isn't doing what I want. So... What? Is it just style? Bar thickness? Wait, but this is bar... Top shadow brush. I don't know what. Bottom shadow brush. Padding. Bar style. I don't. Okay, let's make this pink. Let's make this red. I just wanted to change something. Still exactly the same. Which one is it? What am I supposed to change? What is the value that I need to change? I'm gonna go through all of these, and none of them are gonna be the right color stuff. Oh, still all white. Okay. So it's not the style. This is the right place to put thickness, right? No. No, it's not even the right place to put thickness. What is all of this style? This is a style that doesn't do anything. This is scroll bar thickness. That's kind of Unreal. Yeah, welcome to Unreal. This is normal for Unreal. This is scroll bar thickness, not this bar thickness. That's different. Okay, but this. So where do I change the color of the scroll bar? I just want to change the color. Let's try changing all of these. I'll make this one pink, red, yellow, green. Is it any of these? No, it's still white. Okay. Okay, what about the next ones? Watch, none of them are gonna work. Oh, normal. It's called a thumb image. Dear God. So it's a normal thumb image, a hovered thumb image, and a dragged thumb image. This is what happens when programmers make stuff without consulting a single artist. I think this is it. Because an artist wouldn't call a scroll bar thumb and wouldn't call it an, yeah, you could make it an image, but either way it wouldn't be, then it would be normal scroll bar image, normal scroll bar or hovered scroll bar image. It wouldn't be thumb. What is thumb? Thumbnail? That doesn't make sense. What's thumb? Come on, Unreal. Okay, well, we found where we need to change the stuff. I kind of like this color. Do the same thing on the other one too. That looks nice. Maybe because you use thumb finger with a phone or and with a gamepad to scroll. That is such a far-fetched guess. Because you gotta remember, this functionality has been around, pretty sure, like since the early days of UE4, is my guess. I doubt they've renamed things there. So it might be it was definitely before like mobile was as big as it is. I'd be very shocked if they renamed it to Thumb because of that. Not putting that chance at 0, but I hope not. I hope you're wrong, is basically what I'm gonna say. I can't say you're wrong because you might be right, but I hope you're wrong. Okay. So, Now we have this. I hide the chat real quick. There's the bar. Our selections are all working. We have a nice large preview. So right there. See it all. A nice outline. So this is all actually pretty nice. Right now, I have 3 sorting options. I need to add, speaking of which, I need to add in the the tier thing. Maybe try doing that next. So we'll add next. We have time acquired, so by order of acquisition. Then we have alphabetical. And then we have by tier. Now, it's like tier 1, 2, 3. I almost want to add more sorting because then this bar here would look nicer. But hell if I know what sorting options I would want. I haven't thought of a damn thing. Maybe down the line. For now, though, let's go ahead and add in the thing in the bottom right. So, one here. Below here, probably. So, this. Is this guy. What? Let me select you. Stop sliding things. Why am I not able to select and drag this image? Click. I clicked on this image. It selected it here. Oh, right, because it's freak. I can't. Right, I'm being stupid. Right, can't drag things. It's freaking UMG. My brain is clearly just turned off. My brain just turned off. Don't mind it. It's fine. Something like this. I think that's not bad for a, like, showing the tier size. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the doubles. That's okay. I think that's okay. Yeah, I shouldn't get in the way, really. Okay, so when we do the tier, we need to change the color of this, and we need to have... Let's wrap this with an overlay. Just so I can use it as a kind of group name. So this is going to be the tier display group. This is going to be a tier background color. Now, let's go, when we do set card info, right, this tier color, we can do back here, selected, auto selected here. It is set tint, brush tint color. Yeah, look at that. White, green, purple. Okay. I'll probably end up changing the colors, honestly, at this point. But let's start with this. And then I want to do text. A text and an image, actually. So this needs to be darker. What kind of game is this? It is a roguelike deck building ARPG. Insert extra keywords here. Yeah, so this will be tier 1. Tier 2, tier 3, but we'll also have an image. So this is going to be a variable tier value. And then here, set text. And this is just needs to do break. Card tier info. Break. Card tier. The only thing we'll need to do is do a switch here. So let's do if this is equal to 99, it's gonna be the cursed tier. So if it's not, then we just set this, but we also need to turn on the visibility of it because we'll hide it otherwise. So set the text. And then set visibility. Let me double check that this stuff is set to not hit testable. It's not. Scary with the first 2 words? You're making a roguelike deck building tower defense game? Why would that be scary? It's also like a Binding of Isaac, so this is my deck stuff, but this is like passive abilities. So Binding of Isaac has a bunch of passive power-ups you get during the run, and this is like that, except right, for 7 seconds after being hit, deal 60% increased damage. Spawns, gets homing, gets an AoE around you, spawn fire around you, start freezing enemies, make explosions around you, and they all stack together. And basically, you create your own deck. And I don't know if you ever played games like Hades, where... Yeah, let's ignore that for now. I don't know if you ever played games like Hades, where you basically choose like a power-up. Like in Hades, you do from like gods, or in other games you just for whatever reason. This time you do it for based off of your deck. So as you battle bosses, you get boss currency. If you beat the boss, you'll get more currency. You can then go into the boss card shop to buy new cards for your deck. So based on the boss, they drop different cards here. This doesn't fit properly right now. And you can buy up to tier 3 cards. So, And basically, in your run, right, I have these cards in my deck right now. So if I did a run right now, the options that I would get, or I guess I can just debug, have it show up. You get 3 of your cards from your deck. So you cater your run to how you want to play. There's a lot of errors right now. We're breaking everything right now. So that's normal. That's expected. So basically, and the game itself is basically an ARPG in regards to it is not room based, but it is a roguelike. So if we go into the actual dungeon here, always takes a while the first time. Come on. You can do it. I don't know, just cache the things. Come on. It's faster in the package build the first time for whatever reason. Yeah, and in a package build, it's it's relatively quick. But the first time in an editor, it's always freezes basically. Come on. Cancel out of this. And then tell it to go again, and then it'll be fine. Always is. There you go. So this is now the world. I didn't get a good one, but you have like abilities. You have, depending on the weapon you choose, you have different weapon abilities. Right. You have your regular attacks. You have a hold attack. And you can see them down here. And basically then you go and kill enemies. And right now you have to kill enough enemies to be able to spawn the boss portal, but also as you kill enemies down below, wait, turn that off, you can see these notches. When you get to one of the notches, one you've killed enough enemies or gotten enough XP, basically you will unlock one of those cards. Now I'm actually thinking of redoing this. Instead of a certain amount of these notches per dungeon level, and then spawning the boss portal, I'm thinking of having the boss at the bottom, but then just have and basically an XP bar, and every time you just get to the max, and it'll be more every single time, you will just get a new card. So you're always progressing to a new card, and it will either that will allow you to either farm to pick up more cards before you fight the boss, or just go fight the boss by running past everything and trying out the boss if you wanted to. As you fight through here, I can go, for example, just go to the debug for now. Actually, no, I can't even select cards right now because broken. Yeah, never mind. I can't even select debug cards right now because I broke things. Kind of like Mega Monk. Not at all. It's the only part that's similar to it is that there's 3 selections, but so many card games have 3 selections. Nothing else is like Mega Monk. It's like Hades combined with Binding of Isaac combined with Diablo / Breath of Exile. In the way that you rush the boss, you don't rush the boss. Well, lots of games have, you can choose how to play that, yeah. You could, that's like in Diablo and Path of Exile, same thing. You could rush the boss or not. Yeah, that's entirely on you. But you know, you'll be a bit weaker if you rush to him. I need an icon here. So we need to add in. I should have it. Where is it? Throw you in here. So we're going to use. Let's make it transparent. There we go. So we just have the star. You don't play PoE or D4 anymore, so you don't think of them as a reference. I haven't played them in a while either, but I love ARPG, so that's the reference I use. I have not played Megabunk, so I can't use that as a reference. I've seen some gameplay of it. It didn't seem like my thing, so I never played it. Okay, let's duplicate this. This is going to be cursed tier icon.
The ads have awakened. Initiating emergency pause protocol.
Yeah, that'll be the cursed tier one. Looks like that. With a red background. Using gas then? No. Gas is C++. We don't do C++ here. I don't deal with demons here. And your demonic languages. We're trying to make your own gas system and blueprints, but that seemed like a lot if you need replication. Oh, see, I'm not doing multiplayer. Yeah, if you were doing multiplayer, then yeah, you learn gas and deal with C++ and all that. But if you're doing multiplayer, there's chances are you'll need C++ for something. This is single player, so don't need any of that. So let's do. How do I make this cleaner? Like this. I guess like this. Love blueprint only projects. Too many people saying you can't make games with just blueprints these days. Yeah, but people say the stupidest stuff online all the time, so that shouldn't be surprising. anyone that tells you cannot do something, to me, it feels so good to just be like, just prove people wrong. That is the best feeling for me. When someone says, no, you can't do that, you're like, yeah, you can. You can't do that. But that doesn't mean it's not possible. Yeah, the oh yeah, watch me thing, it's definitely gotten me to figure out a lot of different things. Because if I think like it should be possible based on everything I know, then I'll try it, and I'm stubborn in that regard, then I'll eventually figure out a way. Okay, we got those. Yeah, look at that. 1, 2, 3. I feel like it needs to be like a little bit lower. The centering of it is just a little off. And maybe like a little to the right. Although it's like, it used to be like half off. Half. Can I do half? Oh my god, I can do half. That feels better. I think that feels better. Do the 3, looking at the 3, like that feels better. 1 feels better. Okay. Next thing is here. Card tier color. So we can change the tier colors now. Maybe I make them a little bit brighter, but more desaturated. And maybe tier 1 instead of white, because that's a little bit boring. I'll make it like a light blue. I think that's better. I think the colors will need work. At this point, we can redesign that to have a different color, because before it was the outline that changed color, but now it's a little bit cleaner. The colors don't work amazingly, but thankfully we can customize that. It needs to be whatever it is. It needs to be a light colors. Or I guess we can do dark colors, but you just make the text white as well. But it just has to be consistent. Whatever it is. So we also need to add it for these guys, because we need to know which ones there are. So let's go over here. Copy you. No. There we go. There we go. There's all of those. Good. Compile. And we just need to get the setup here. So I'll just take all of this and then collapse all of this to a function. Set tier, color, and value. And then we can take this, copy it. Put it in here. Only thing we need to do is this card tier color. Is it called something different than here? Oh, I was just doing it kind of more manually. That's fine. But this needs cursed here. Right. So this actually also needs to make so if it is cursed here, this needs to be red. Otherwise, it will set it to be whatever it is, which is fine. Theoretically, this should work. I didn't hook up this setup. Kind of need to hook up this setup. Wait, it is hooked up. Why is this? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. That's why. Say card info. Yeah, here it is. So, yeah, do all of this. This is all correct. And then do this. There we go. So now these also, you could see the tier of them right away. So you just see the title and the full card art. These are too small where you wouldn't be able to read them anyway. Here they have a chance, and I'll probably adjust the scale of the text down the line. I need to play around with the different double ones. Like this is still not split up fully, things of that nature. Right. So like this needs to be damage calculated 2 extra times, 30% less damage. This 30% less damage is on both of these sections, so it needs to be up here because it's no matter what, you're always getting 30% less damage. And then the melee only one will stay on melee only, and ranged only will be ranged only. But here it seems like, right, we will be able to fit a bit more because of it, thankfully, which is good. We can't really increase the text size. I might have 2 different text sizes, one for these double ones, or I guess triple section ones, I don't know what you call it, melee and ranged versions versus a full single version. Because on these, I will never have enough text to really fill up the entire thing. Like 3 lines is not that many. So I might just increase the text size for these. Okay, this is 3 lines. We can make it probably a bit bigger. Or also we can just see how it is once we split off a few things for these. Maybe I'll have it be 2 lines max, but I feel like I want that 3rd line. That's kind of like in the design. So we will see. We will see. I could always create 2 different font sizes, one, and then check based off of the length of the message. Based off of what it is, it'll be bigger or smaller. Could always do that as well. There's a lot we can do to customize this, but it's in a good spot. Now, I wonder, can I really quickly make it so I can actually select the cards? Because this is no longer a thing. So when we do button held down, so this whole button left held down, which is not going to do. So I'm going to turn off this event tick, and then we'll just go to the button here, and we'll do a on clicked. And on clicked, we will just pass along that the card was selected. All the other stuff might be going away, but let's see. Can I just click? No. Access non-trying to read property deck builder reference in HUD for set card info. Oh, it's because that menu doesn't have this, right? Because it's a debug menu. It doesn't have the big preview. But now that's working, but why can't I now select this work? I love that it's not printing anything. I love that it's not printing anything. You're gonna print something here? Yes. Okay. Which means we just need to take this, put it here. Click. 175 health. There we go. Now I can do my little tests of stuff. I just click on it once and then I get it. So now we can go explosions. Boom. Okay, which means better. What's the next thing that's complaining about? Access done for the get. Oh. Okay, let me change this. Check that. Or I guess check that. I guess if the deck builder's valid, then it should be fine. Because obviously the other two will be loaded if the deck builder is loaded because it's just part of it. There's the health. It's all working. No errors. Nice. You can always make a hover widget that pulls up version if you hover for a few seconds so you can read it. I don't like that for controller support. I know like some games have it, even Magic the Gathering has it. I was watching a few videos for reference. What I don't like is when it gets pulled up, it gets pulled up on the right or left, right? Which means that if I'm on a controller, right, so I can move this around with a controller, but if I had a preview on the right, I wouldn't be able to see the card on the right. If I had a preview on the left, I wouldn't be able to see the preview. I wouldn't be able to see the next card on the left. Now I can make it a button where that it appears or disappears. But that seems like, okay, well, if I just want to look at what the next card is, I would need to turn it off, go to the next card, turn it on. So for controller support, this is really nice. I just always have the preview, right? And you go here, I always have the preview. Go here, always have the preview. Obviously, preview doesn't matter here. So I think for controller, I think this is the better option. For mouse, it wouldn't matter as much because when you kind of move, you could like not have it be sensed or something. I don't know. It's not great for mouse either, personally, I think. But the main thing is for controller, I think this is better, which is kind of a big one for me. Also, yay, this is in the center. I need to make this nicer. I need to change the font on this. But deal with that later. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I don't just use a text for these. But we're in a good spot. This has been a big rework. I like these a lot more. I didn't like the big square look of it. Honestly, like, I could make them even smaller. But the only thing that I'm concerned about is if I make them smaller, then this would be even bigger vertically. And I don't know what to put there. So... And I don't want to do the thing that a lot of deck builders do, which is Hearthstone as an example. I don't want to do this where it just has the name, because for a regular actual deck builder that is like you can have multiple of the same card, this kind of works because at least, you know, you just say, oh, there's, you know, however many in there. Magic the Gathering, right? It'll just stack the same thing however many times. I have one of ones. There's different tiers, but they have different values. And they cost different things in the deck, and right, it's a whole thing. So this doesn't really work. So I'd rather see the cards separated out, and if I have them separated out, I'm not loving this. So I kind of like this. Maybe what I'll end up doing at some point maybe is making them smaller if I end up introducing, and this is something that's probably down the line, introducing loadouts. If I do loadouts, then yeah, it'll need more buttons. That was me. And then we can go from there. But first, let's get all this done. Loadouts is definitely very much down the line. And not anytime soon. Bye, guys. It's pretty much the end of the stream. Which means, end of the streams until sometime next week. Maybe Monday. We will see. I don't know how tired I will be because I need to wake up really early. So, I don't know. I might stream Monday when I'm back, but I promise nothing. Not, we can go with Tuesday, I don't know. And then figure out what the hell we're doing for New Year's time. But video scheduled for Sunday. YouTube members can already check it out. And, yeah, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.